What's up, Lori, Kirsten, and Chase? I am going to do your 3 shop reviews back to back here, so bear with me. This is the first of its kind. I figure if I can knock out a few of them in a row, then let's do that, right? First and foremost, a little bit of a disclaimer, just that nothing I say is intended to be deconstructive in any way. It's all intended to be, constructive criticism, hopefully to help set you on a positive vibe. A positive note. What I say and suggest is a combination of Etsy's best practices, but it's also very subjective too. So understand that there's more than one way to win. So that said, nothing I say is going to guarantee that you're going to make money overnight or anything like that. So I think that's about it. Let's get right into it. So first shop is Lori's shop, Lori's Crafts. First impressions. Looks like you've niched down here. That's good. More colors available. That's kind of cool. It's not overpowering since it's not the main thing. The Dunes, Long Beach Island. Love it. I would almost call your shop the Dunes or something like that, right? Something related to it. It looks like you're definitely a Long Beach Island kind of girl, and this is the niche you've chosen. What I don't see it reflected in is in this title. Lori's Crafts sounds, screams hobby, right? So be conscious of that. You want to basically sound like you're running a business and not a perpetual hobby or anything like that, right? You've got your star seller, that's great. Lori Knox, welcome to Lori's Crafts. I created my shop in 2019 with just a few products. I've since branched out to try and stay on top of new trends and products. That works. This works more so in the About Me, so let's click on that and see what we got here. So the About section, you've got nothing here, so I would definitely fill that out using this, and then this, use that for, it's a shop announcement, right? So if you're going to have any kind of sales or anything like that, you can definitely, put something there. Let people know if there's a discount coupon, if there's something trending in terms of social media. I see you have checked me out on social media for updates. Just going to plug this in over here and search it. I don't see any links to anything. And it looks like it's all your Etsy shop. So treat the search with omitted results. Doesn't show anything else either. So, one result. It's only you and it's only your craft shop. So make sure that you definitely link to your social media, which you can do at the bottom here. And you don't have any of that filled out. So I would definitely, fill out your policies and the About shop down here, because you can link to all your social media down here. That would make the most sense. Let's look at the shop sections immediately. So you've only got a few seconds, like 3 seconds to get a sale, and the average customer is going to bounce within about 8 seconds after hitting your page. So you have to secure a sale in that time. And if someone's going to go to Bags and Totes just to see one tote, it's kind of a massive waste of a click, right? So you definitely want to respect the customer's time and make sure that whatever they click on is worthwhile in your shop, right? There's got to be a transactional kind of relationship here where they click on something, reward them with something, right? Reward them with a bunch of exactly what they're looking for, so that they don't end up wasting their time or feeling like they don't have enough stuff after that click to look at, or maybe, add to cart. They're not wowed, they're not enthused at all. Yeah, so that said, I would definitely kind of shrink these down into things that make sense. So you got, or go by style if you're going to do that instead of products, so that way you can spread them around a little more. But I would condense these to like 7 or 8 tops, maybe even 5, and just kind of fill that out. Make them, so that each one has several items in it. Looking through here, it looks like they're cute designs. The mock-ups are done well. However, I'm seeing the same design. Okay, it's a little bit different, but it says the same thing. It's almost the same design. And this kind of looks like the Barbie logo. Oh, you've actually got Barbie in here. So definitely remove that for sure, because it's absolutely trademarked. And with the movie out and everything right now, you're definitely going to get yourself in hot water and potentially shut down, and you could even get sued for whatever's in your inventory. But yeah, it looks like you've kind of got, one design aesthetic. I would branch out on that for sure, because there's guys that live in Long Beach too, and I'm sure that some of the ladies shopping here would like to purchase things for their, significant others or partners. Surf City, Long Beach. Work on the spacing between the letters, make the letters fatter. It looks a little spaced out here. The Dunes, this is cool. I like the colors, but yeah, it looks like a lot of the same. So just try to, incorporate a few different design styles You got a couple there, but there's a lot of the same on the first page, and then as soon as we get to a second page, it's like a completely different thing. So be conscious of this. You're gonna, yeah, Barbie on everything. If I search Barbie, yeah, this is bad news. Be careful about that. The really good thing you've done here, though, is given yourself or attain the star seller badge. That's great. People say, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't directly impact your sales. But you know what? When you come to a shop and you see a star seller badge, you can hover right. It says you've got an outstanding track record, 5 stars, dispatched orders on time, blah, blah, blah. It tells people that you care about them and that you care about your business. Primarily, it shows them that, you know, you care about the customer, and that's ultimately what the customer wants and what Etsy wants, right? They want the best possible experience for their customer. So well done in that respect. I would definitely just try to change up some of your design styles. It's a lot of repetitive stuff again. But other than that, I think you're on the right track. Try to incorporate some other things that go along with Long Beach. You know, you would know the lingo more so. There's got to be kind of like some slang, some Islander slang that only people on Long Beach use, right? I think that would be like a friggin' treasure trove of new design inspiration there. That's it for that one. Good work so far. Keep working on it and get rid of the Barbie stuff. That's paramount. Maybe even look at a name change here. And whatever logo that is, I cannot understand what it is. Be conscious about that. The dunes sounds like a great logo. This looks awesome. So yeah, I think those are a couple of changes you can do pretty quickly and, you know, get the ball rolling. All right, thanks for dropping your shop. And on to the next one. We've got good stuffs. So first impressions, good stuffs, gifts, mugs, t-shirts and stuff. Unique gifts, everyday objects, original designs. Cool, it's cute. It's not too cluttered, which is nice. Smooth dispatch. So going right from a star seller to this, I would, you know, do whatever you can to try to regain that star seller badge. As I was mentioning in the previous one, it's a good way to instill consumer confidence. Customers now are starting to understand what it is, so I would definitely make sure that you have it there if at all possible. Let's just see here about us. Lux pillowcases. Yeah, that's cool. I would maybe pull out the delivery dates that you can't guarantee. Okay, yeah, you've got some upgraded options. I would probably just adjust my shipping profiles to kind of give you that option there, so maybe you don't have to be as wordy with some of this stuff. It's a lot. I don't know if anyone's going to get through reading it. Try to make it maybe more bullet pointy if it's things that people are going to need or that you want them to actually read. A little less wordy, a little more concise and more punch. Looking at stuff here, you're all over the place. So I would absolutely say to niche down in some respect. You've got 399 items. You do have some sales here, but if you want to make a lot of sales, you're going to need, you know, another 1,000 items, no problem, just to even stay relevant. And at that point, it's going to be, you know, a competition of trying to stay on the most relevant trends and that sort of thing. So you're not going to be able to even get off the gas pedal, and it's a massive recipe for burnout. That said, looking at your shop sections, yeah, not a bad job in terms of diversifying and you know, having enough items worth clicking on in each, because we don't want to waste the customer's time. Let me just look at your sales. Yeah, okay, so your sales, most recently you've been selling cups and tumblers, so you might want to go towards that. It looks like that's kind of what's been trending for you. See, that's a great design. I love it. What are we looking at here? So let's look at and I can't stress enough the fuck. That's great. That's funny. Let's check this out. You're doing this right. You've got the asterisks in there. Tags, you're supposed to have mature. I don't know if they care anymore, but you were supposed to have the asterisk, which you do, and censored the word. I don't know if they really care anymore. You'll have to look on the content policy in the seller handbook, and you were supposed to also have had mature in the tag at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it looked off to me, so it looks like you have room for 2 more tags here. I would definitely add what the fuck in your tag. It's a big one. Etsy Seller Handbook says to repeat titles in your tags. Etsy's algorithm people have said it's not necessary to do that. anymore, which means the seller handbook might be a little bit outdated that way. I would kind of like split it between the two. I don't think you need to have WTF in there 3 times, but I would definitely have what the fuck as one of your tags for sure, because it's got the most importance in terms of weighting. And although you have it in here, they've also said that they'll weigh what's in your titles and your tags with a little more relevance and more, importance, right, in terms of how they rate things. So vulgar coffee mug, funny mugs. I would put your strongest keywords first. What the fuck? WTF, best friend, funny, funny BFF gift or whatever. Stress mug. I don't know if anyone's searching for this. Yeah, so this is your search volume. Less than 20 a month. That's not even 1 a day. So, I would rethink some of these things. Go into your stats and see if you're ranking for any of these keywords. And if you are, do not change them. That's a fast way to kind of ruin any traction or kind of steam you've got with this rolling ball of mug here. But if you are not ranking for any of these 3 for specifically, I would look at the stats and see what you are ranking for, because sometimes you'll see in there that you're ranking for things that aren't in your tags or your titles, and that would be because people would search for things and then click on those things, and then Etsy will show other listings at the bottom or beside your design sometimes, so that if they then click on your item, it'll tell Etsy that, hey, they searched for XYZ, but then they also went to your listing, and now you might not have XYZ in your titles and tags, but they might associate your ABC listing with the XYZ tags, even though it's not exactly what you've got listed in here. But yeah, if you have any bangers that you're showing up for, or a few that even are surprising, try them out in here. Otherwise, I would search your competition and see what tags they're using also. Let's look at these. That's a nice first image. It's clear, it's clean. Are these the same? I think they're actually different, but you can't, yeah, they are slightly different. I can tell by the handle and the height. So what I would do is link your 2 sizes to these 2. But even then, I would have, one of the tall ones and one of the short ones. And then link in your variations, you can link these to them, because right now it just looks like this one, the same, this, the same. It looks like you got double, so you can cut 2 of those images out, or spread them out at least. And then we come into here, coffee mug details. Yeah, this looks good. I like that. It's cute, looks good. That's enough. We're getting into some really wordy stuff here. Nobody's going to read this. They're going to get really bored by the second paragraph here. So not pre-printed and kept in inventory. Could be left out. It doesn't really serve a purpose. Production times may be longer during peak gift seasons like Christmas, Valentine's. I would condense this and just say, while we do our best to get things out the door as fast as possible, please be aware that during holiday times processing may be extended and shipping delays could potentially occur. Yeah, a little less wordy again, just more concise. Orders customers require approval. Production begins. Up to you if you want to do that. I don't usually offer proofs for customization unless it's a completely unique one-off, right? That somebody approached you and asked for something specific. Otherwise, if you want to offer customization, you can use personalization in your listing actually, and have them fill out what it is they want to type in, and then they just type in whatever words or verbiage they want in there, and that would be it. They would not get a proof. It would be like whatever is custom would be replaced with whatever they've typed out or filled out, and that would be it. That would be as simple as that gets. Shipping address lists on your orders where it will be shipped. Yeah, you can cut this down. I mean, that's an obvious one. You need priority delivery, contact me to arrange shipment. Okay, so you're giving yourself more work and the customer more work. So if you can offer priority upsell consistently with whoever you're using for fulfillment, then go ahead and add it in your shipping profiles. If you can't consistently offer it, then don't offer it. Otherwise, let them reach out to you. Don't suggest that, because you're just opening yourself up to give yourself more work here. And then just, put something in your policies that say like it's shipping upgrades mean faster shipping, but they don't necessarily mean faster processing, because that's going to get a little confusing for the customer too, right? Because a lot of times they just by default think that if they pay more for shipping that you would put it out the door faster, which isn't obviously the case. Let's look at another one. Oh yeah, this is really wordy, so this gets even wordier. Everybody needs mugs. Yes, we do. That's cool. Suggested use. Try to make this a little more visually appealing, I think, because this is good information here that is going to maybe make or break a sale even. So draw attention to it, make it look a little prettier. But yeah, good job on that. This is kind of ugly. What are we looking at? Mugs are shipped in a custom-made styrofoam clamshell. Sure to arrive safe and sound. So we found a typo here. You must provide a picture of damage. I would shorten this right up to satisfaction guaranteed, something along the lines of if anything is damaged, we will replace without question, and then deal with the fact of getting the photo or whatever as necessary, right? Customer reviews, this is awesome. Looks great. Maybe even put the stars in between each one. Keep it a little, more visually appealing, something to break up the monotony of just black text, because there's a lot of that through here. Due to custom printed nature cancellations. You've already got that somewhere in here. I feel like I read that already. All sales are final it's not wrong to have, but you want to instill consumer confidence. And this is kind of the opposite of that. It instills a sense of doubt or apprehension, if that makes sense. So if a customer's on the fence about checking out or adding to cart, it may very well go to the cart, but they may never check out if this is the last impression, the last card they've got, and they look and all sales are final. They probably had no intention of returning it, but the fact that you're stating all sales are final might, instill a little bit of doubt as opposed to confidence, right? Hope that makes sense anyway. And you've got more of the same broken items. So at least delete one of those. Otherwise, I think that looks all right. The photos look great. I would zoom in on the designs here. A little too much white space. It doesn't look anywhere near the same aesthetic as these. It looks like it was kind of thrown together here, pushed with maybe POD mock-ups, which is unfortunate because they don't always look awesome. I would invest in some mock-ups from Etsy directly, kind of like these things, and put your designs on those. So I think you got a good start here. You're definitely making some sales. It looks like, certain things are selling better than others. I would definitely niche down a bit. I think you'll find it way easier to crank out more relevant designs instead of chasing trends and what's kind of, hot or what's already out there. This looks like very similar Creative Fabrica stuff that is already out there, right? Kittl makes it easy to kind of use inspiration from this stuff and make it more unique, so maybe check that out a bit. You're already on the sort of right track. Your reviews look good. So where did we lose? Okay, so you got 2 bad reviews. That sucks, but that's not the be-all end-all. And then it would be, your customer messages too. Try to reply to those as fast as possible. You can turn on a auto response, so at least you can not get caught in terms of losing your star seller going forward. But all in all, you're on the right track, and I think you've got a few things we've talked about here that I think you can kind of improve your shop, see some dramatic differences with a little bit more kind of focus. Good stuff, and thanks for sharing your shop for a review. Okay, first impressions. This banner looks a little incoherent in terms of stuff everywhere. Furball Fables front and center, I understand, but for cats and cat people, Meowloween, it's already confusing enough, and then you've introduced words that are a little trivial to say, right? So that's not to say it looks terrible, it's just a lot. Maybe tone this down if you can, condense things, all these words and stuff that you're offering the products, put them in a row, bullet points, make it clear, concise to the consumer so they know kind of what they're looking at here. Rule 101 of design was to go from left to right or up to down with focal points, right? So you don't want to have more than ultimately 3 focal points at any given time, and you've got like an incessant amount, obviously. So you'd want Furball Fables, Meowloween shop is open. It's funny, it's cute, but it's hard to say, and it makes you think twice. This is definitely a Halloween theme, so I don't know if you have to say that. Also, new listings every day. That's a lot. I don't know if I would commit to that. You're going to burn yourself out. Reader replies, rave reviews. You were missing one on on-time shipping. Try to do what you can to do that. Bump out your processing times if you have to. I know there was a delay with Monster Digital there, so hopefully that didn't impact you. We had some issues this past week, but that said, do what you can to maintain that one. It looks like these ones are great, so try to either bump out your processing times by a day or 2 just to give you a buffer, or stay on top of your processing times if it was a matter of tracking not getting pushed to complete the orders. I would condense these first. There's a lot here, it's kind of like a waste of a click, and it's too bad because there's only one design here. That's kind of funny. I think that would look good on multiple items. But cat magnets, like, people are spending their valuable time in their shop, give them a reward, right? Like we talked earlier about transactional experiences, and that's what Etsy is to people. So if they want to click on something, they don't want to be only shown one item. They want to be rewarded with multiple items that kind of foot the bill here. Cat tote bags, Americats. Okay, so we've got kind of sub niches, positive affirmations, and then we have products. I would do one or the other, but definitely not both. It's counterintuitive. So are we going into seasonality? You got your positive affirmations, you got black cats rock, different styles of cats, or are we looking at items, magnets, stickers, space cats? If you cut these down into the style, the design style, or the content of the design, so like black cats, you could probably get away with like sticking 3 of these in that one, and then it's better for a customer experience at the end of the day when they can click on one and see multiple things. And it's better for conversions too, because if people see something they like, but then they thought, hey, this $3 card looks awesome, or sticker, but it's also on a mug that's right beside it, or something similar to that's on a mug, but it's, you know, a higher ticket item that might get you a higher profit at the end of the day, or a multi-item order even, right? So that's one of the main reasons why I never sort by products, because people are gonna resonate with a design, and then they're gonna probably, most likely, if it's niche like this, want it on other products, not more of the same. Let's look at, like I was saying before, this is cluttery. So these are very involved designs on a background that's competing. There's no focal point here. This looks a little better. That's cleaner. It's busy, busy, busy with this stuff. Mugs and coffee cups. Oh, this is nice. This looks clean. Various designs. It's easy on the eyes. It's very, very clear to the customer what they're looking at first glance. You can see the designs well. You can see the whole mug. It looks great. It's nice and clean. Even your lifestyle ones, if you want to call them that. Demo cat, that's a great design. But yeah, these look great. Let's see here. Looks like we don't have any shop policies. Good for you for adding this stuff. Add some shop policies. The Instagram. Let's check that one out. Okay, so you've got some action here. That's great. You got a following. Does it link to your store? Link tree. Okay, that works. I'd almost maybe skip the link tree and just go right to your store, like whichever one you're trying to get the most out of. Don't give the customer an extra step in between. Send them right to where you want them to go. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, maybe if we declutter a little bit, I think that'll go a long way with some of this stuff. And it looks like some of your designs are repeating here. So yeah, try to come up with newer designs, maybe less products that have the exact same design. Like, is there really a difference between this, this, and this? There might be. Adorable toddler cat shirt. I don't know if anybody's searching for a perfectly adorable toddler cat shirt. These are not keywords that I would search when I'm looking for that. I'd look for funny black cat t-shirt for kids, or toddler works. So I don't know, like perfectly, is that going to be one that people actually type in there? Unless it's part of the design, it would make sense to have in there, but it's not a keyword that people actively use when they're searching for cat related things. Adorable is also not a word that I would use in terms of searching for cat stuff, you know, funny cat stuff, black cat stuff, kids cat shirts, all the heavier hitter ones. Yeah, so you've got some heavier hitter here. Children's cat. This stuff could probably stay. If you're showing up in search for any of these, definitely keep them, but I think you could probably try to swap out some of your weakest ones and see what the competition is doing. Black cat love. Furball fables, that's cute. Be careful with this. I'm always scary when I see the Volkswagen Westie there. Size shirts in there, that's good. Yeah, that about does it. Thanks for the confidence in putting your shop in there for a review to all 3 of you ladies. You know, it takes guts to kind of put yourself out there, so I do respect that. And I think everybody should feel less apprehensive or afraid to kind of put yourself out there, right? Because the only way you're going to grow is with real constructive criticism. So thank you for allowing me the privilege to kind of give you my insights. So I think you all have enough there to go on to improve your shop pretty quickly. Small changes can sometimes yield some pretty big results. So again, thanks for your courage and thanks for sharing, and we'll see you guys in the next one.